my cat screaming in the back, don't worry, she's completely free to move around. I haven't restrained her, even if it sounds like she's being tortured.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I've actually closed my door. My cat is not in here, but as soon as she realizes my door is closed, she will come and scream. So if you hear her, sorry.
Oh, we've got even more guests this week. That's amazing.
Yeah. All right, so everyone, welcome to GameBusters. This is a podcast from GameLuster.com. If you are new here, what we're doing is taking a deep dive each week into a game or a franchise that we love, or maybe we don't love, or maybe saved everybody's lives during a pandemic. So, in time everything's really horrible and really serious, we're just gonna chill a little bit. So, I'm Nirav, and I'm gonna be your host today. I'm joined as always by my lovely co-host, Ree.
Howdy.
And then Elizabeth from GameLuster.
Hello.
And Bri from Real Life.
Hello, everyone.
The one person here with a life.
Yeah.
Recommend.
Bri is like one of my small, tenuous connections to the real world where I prove that I exist outside of this podcast.
One grasp on reality there.
Yeah. Bri was actually in our, I think, episode 2 or 3 or something, where we talked about Dragon Age a long time ago. That was, Jesus, maybe 3-4 months ago now.
Time doesn't exist this year. It just doesn't.
Yeah. It doesn't.
And honestly, at this point, do any of us really exist outside of this podcast?
Oh, no.
Not really. By the way, this did remind me. I was texting my friend about possibly doing a Jackbox thing tonight, and she was like, "No, I'm on a 50-mile bike ride."
What?
and I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, I was gonna go 20 miles, but I didn't want to go home yet. I love biking." And I was like, "We barely exist on the same plane of reality."
Can't relate.
No.
Can't relate.
Oh man.
Painful to even think about.
It's rough. Okay, so let's get into our opening here. So today, just to let everyone know, we are going to talk about the Animal Crossing franchise. We're going to try to focus a little more equally on all of the games rather than honing in on New Horizons. We're just going to talk about it as a unit. But let's get into this. So I want everyone to just kind of go around and talk about your desert island game. The famous question, if you were strapped to a desert island.
Okay,
you wouldn't be able to play a game.
Very different type of scenario there.
Yeah, sort of a different scenario. So you're stranded on a desert island, and you get to bring, one video game with you, and obviously the console that it runs on, and the ability to play it, whatever. Which video game are you guys bringing with you? Ree, why don't you start us off?
Okay, this is not going to be very surprising, and actually ties back to the Dragon Age episode we were on about, but I think I'm going to go with Dragon Age Origins. I just bloody adore that game so much. You've got the different origins you can do. I think there's 6 of them. I just feel like that would keep me busy for the rest of my life, I'd have to eventually do some playthroughs where I don't romance Alistair, but I feel like over the course of several decades, I might just get there. So, yeah, Dragon Age Origins, that's mine.
It's cute that you think you're going to survive several decades on the island.
I'm an optimist.
Elizabeth?
I think mine would be Xenoblade Chronicles.
Okay,
There's
interesting.
so much to explore in Xenoblade. I love the world that it takes place in. I spend hours just running around and looking at everything. And I think
Xenoblade
I
is
would
so
just...
big.
Yeah, it's such a big game, and I think it would be a good one to have. When I can't, explore a world and I'm stuck on a desert island, I could explore the Bionis and the Mechonis instead.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles is one of those where, I have it, it's just sitting on my shelf right now looking at me. I've played about half of it, and it is amazing, but it's just, so much, that I just kind of had to, take a break. I definitely intend to finish it.
I had to take a break as well.
Yeah, it's really cool. Hey, this is interesting. I just found some headphones in my pocket that I haven't seen for 3 years. Huh.
Oh, wow.
Sitting in your pocket for 3 years?
You would have to think so.
So were
These
they
look
washed?
like they might... I guess so, but they look okay. I don't know if they work. I haven't worn these shorts in a long time. I just I
Honestly,
walked
in 3 years.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I walked to the grocery store just now to get some stuff, and the grocery store's a half mile from my house, and I just grabbed whatever shorts I could find, and I just grabbed these. The khaki shorts that every boy wore in high school every day.
Yeah.
With all the pockets.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I like grabbed some of those because they're in my closet, and I haven't worn them in a while. But I'm discovering some interesting things left over in the pockets from the old days.
That's how you should do the segments in this podcast. Is that at the end of every segment you pull something else out and reveal what it is. That could be something exciting.
Okay, that could be fun. Yeah. All right. Well, sorry, I think I got off track there. Bri, what game are you bringing?
Okay, I just want everyone to hear me out on this one, right?
Okay.
1994 Lion King game.
Oh
You
my
will never finish
God.
it.
Oh, I see the strategy. You're gonna make yourself so infuriated you have to kill yourself. You don't have to live.
I'll just swim off that island.
Oh my God.
Are you now? You're not even getting the remastered one. You're getting like the old school one.
No, old school.
Okay, interesting. Sorry, 1 second. My cat is literally screaming into my ear. I'm gonna just move her in the other room. Talk about something while I'm
Yeah.
gone.
In the meantime, I want to know. I want more of an explanation on that Lion King game. Fill me in,
Yeah,
please.
me too.
So I was going through and I was like, okay, maybe Fallout 4, I can do all the settlements and such. I was like, you know what? But even then, I'm gonna get bored of doing settlements, and I finished the game several different times. So I was like, okay, what game have I just never been able to complete? And I'm like, Lion King. I'll be on that desert island until the day I die at the ripe age of 90, and it will never be finished.
I
just
would
love
drive
that
yourself
mentality.
Insane.
Yeah.
Probably either
I
the
mean-
lack of water or that game. We can have a race to see which one first.
And that is exciting, actually. Yeah, that's a good enough
Alright.
reason. Yeah.
I have returned. So my let's see. So my game is I'm definitely gonna bring my most played game, which is Fallout 4.
What a surprise.
Yeah, I've spent now, and by the way, I might document this in some way on GameLuster, but I'm going for my very first platinum trophy right now, and I'm doing it in Fallout 4. Journey to the Savage Platinum is a tentative title.
I'm surprised you don't already have it.
Yeah, me
Right.
too.
Well, there were like 3 missing trophies. One of them was from just beating the Brotherhood of Steel story, which I never did. Because I've done the Institute and the Railroad and the Minutemen endings, but I never did the Brotherhood one because I hate the Brotherhood because they're Nazis.
Yeah. they're just the biggest losers in that game.
They are huge. I was like trying to look at it from more of a like, are they Nazis lens yesterday, and like they're definitely Nazis. Like every single
Yeah.
thing about it.
But they're like cringy role-playing Nazis. They're not even
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
menacing.
Great.
They're not. And they even admit, like, we don't even have the best weapons. Like, the Institute has the good stuff, so we're just, like, Nazis that are not very powerful. Anyway, regardless, like I said, I've spent, like, probably a good, getting close to 800 hours on this game, and, like,
Holy shit, man.
about over 500 of those, maybe closer to 600 of those hours were without mods on PS4.
Oh my
And,
god, you poor soul.
Yeah, I do love this game. So, if with or without mods, I'm sure it'd be fine. I would much prefer to have the PC version where I could mod it, because that would be literally like infinite games forever, basically.
Yeah, that would be infinite games forever.
But yeah, that's where I live. But I'm working on getting my platinum. So I hope I can record the moment when I finally happens and I become a true gamer.
I don't have a platinum trophy, so I guess I'm not a true gamer. But I also don't have a console that has trophies.
The thing that prompted this is like I have several friends on internet friends who are like, oh, I've got 60 platinums, like I'm getting my 80th platinum today, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, do you enjoy these games?
Do you do anything else?
Yeah, but the thing that really prompted this was on the PlayStation Discord, like next to your name, it says how many platinums you have, and it's like 300 platinums, and mine just says like 0 platinums next to it.
And you're just feeling shamed.
I was feeling
Cyberbullied.
so ashamed. The thing is, though, like when I'm thinking about it, having 0 platinums or having 2 platinums is pretty sad. Having exactly 1 is pretty funny. So I'm gonna just go for 1 and stop there.
Anything for Todd. Anything for Todd.
Anything for Todd.
I think my sister has 1 platinum, and I think it's an Okami.
She painted all the stuff.
Yeah, she sure did.
Okay.
My sister's also the person who beat Okami using the first weapon with 3 health. She did all the insane things to challenge herself in Okami. So
With how many times that game's been remastered and resold and talked about. I'm so shocked they haven't made a second game in that.
They've made like a sort of second game. They made Okami Den for the DS, but it's not as good. It's still good though. It's just not as good.
All right, so yeah, let's move on out of here to the Hall of Fameluster. So this was a little bit more conceptual one, and like I said in there, it doesn't have to be a character. The idea of sort of Tom Nook got me thinking from Animal Crossing, like, who's the best video game villain you never actually fight?
My sister,
it's a
when I
little bit
told
more
her,
out there.
my sister, when I told her the prompt, she said you should say Tom Nook.
Oh, that's
Well,
stolen.
okay, great. That means I did a good job.
Yes.
I probably should have specifically said like not Tom Nook because it was inspired by Tom Nook. But anyway, I mean, if you want to bring him in, go for it. What have you got, Elizabeth?
Oh, I have Zero from the Zero Escape series.
Hey, that is a great answer.
Yeah, you know, there's so much other stuff going on, and even like in the first game, you're still chasing after Zero for the rest of the series. And in the second game, yeah, it's... I'm not going to spoil it because...
no spoilers.
No.
The Zero Escape trilogy is amazing, and if anyone hasn't played it, it's basically like you get a bunch of anime teens and they're trapped in like a Saw-like experience where there's a crazy mastermind running the show and like, you'll have to cut off each other's butts to survive.
Oh, that
Something
sounds
like
The
that's
first
spicy.
one is more like the escape room from hell.
Yeah, it is.
What,
It's called Zero Escape because
More into the
they're
Saw mastermind stuff as the series goes on.
yeah. Basically, they're half visual novel, half puzzle games. They're first-person 3D puzzle games, which are like really good puzzles.
Yeah,
really good.
they're
And
amazing.
It's mostly the characters that are so enamoring because like they're all so different and weird and quirky, and they're all really good. If you do want to play the Zero Escape series, you should on PS4 or on PC. You can get the Nonary games, which is a remaster of the first two games together. And then you can get Zero Time Dilemma, which is the third game.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Me too.
Okay. So, anyway, I sort of stole that from.
Oh, no, it's fine.
There. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything, so it's hard for me to go into more detail.
Sure. Yeah, I got you. Bri?
Okay, so I was trying to think about this one, and I recently played Greedfall like a year ago, and it's a relatively new game. And so a character from there I chose is named Inquisitor Aloysius, and he's a pretty stereotypical missionary type guy. You like get onto like this foreign island and you meet the natives, and like this missionary group is going around trying to like convert the populace. And so like when you first meet this guy, you show up and he's like burning like a creature at the stake, and it's like essentially like a god for like the native peoples. And then he like kills like one of the native people because they're like not converting to the religion. And throughout this whole game, you never even get to kill this guy. Like you never get to fight him or anything, and he's a pretty bad villain. And I was like,
Oh
I
my
just
god,
want, like,
that
a
would
fist
piss me off
fight.
so much.
Right? I just want a fist fight with this guy. Like we can put down our swords, put away the
Yeah, engage
magic.
in
Let's just
fisticuffs,
1v1.
Yeah, God.
Okay. All right, pretty good.
Attack and
Reed, how
dethrone
about
God.
Okay, so I knew this question was inspired by Tom Nook, but I'm actually of the opinion that he's not that bad. I'm the Tom Nook defense squad, but I'll park that idea.
You're a
for now.
capitalist apologist.
No,
We'll get into this
no.
later.
Okay, I'll get into this later. But he is a socialist king, and I will not hear any slander. Anyway, with that in mind, we're all forgetting who's worse than him, and that is crazy.
Tom
Red.
Nook is my socialist
Crazy
king.
Red. Oh, yeah.
Crazy Red. Honestly, as a kid, that wound me up so much getting the fake painting, and like I'm a big believer in justice, and you can't get it when you get a fake painting. There's no justice in that world of Animal Crossing.
That's
It's-
true.
No, you're
It's-
right.
Yeah. It's like a libertarian hellhole, but like Tom Nook's trying to save it. And everyone slanders him. So, yeah.
Tom Nook
defense-
is sort of the Bernie Sanders of Nintendo's catalog.
There we go, podcast title sorted.
Yeah, I think it might be. All right, so mine was a little more conceptual. Mine is the Nintendo Switch Online app.
Oh, big agree. Big agree.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of Splatoon, personally. I played the first game for like 500 hours or something on the Wii U, and like second game for a few hundred hours on the Switch. I love Splatoon.
Same. Such a good game.
And it has been an actual nightmare trying to play that game with any friends. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to know who you're playing with. They don't want you to be in a game with your friends. And if you are in a game with your friends, they don't want you to be on the same team. and if anyone's not familiar, the only way to team up now they did add another function, but for the first 6 months, the only way to team up with a friend was to, from your Switch Online app on your phone, send them a friend invite to their Switch Online app, okay? And if they didn't have the app, it would text them and say, please download the Nintendo Switch Online app. and then once you did that and you started the voice chat, if you got a notification, the app would just shut down. Or, the screen went off. It's just
oh, God.
It's incredible. And it's I have a better app for that on my phone. It's called Phone. You literally might as well just be talking. And that's the thing.
Literally any other app.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Rhett and I, who I play Splatoon with most of the time, we literally would just talk about, we would just call each other on the phone and play Splatoon. And I was thanks, Nintendo.
I just love how that was barely even forgivable in 2005. But this is the late 2010s we're talking about.
And that Switch Online app, by the way, there's still only 3 games that have access functionality to it, which is Splatoon,
brilliant.
Smash Bros, and Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
It's you can just tell Nintendo hate the fact that gaming's just gone online and just want to make it as difficult as possible, because they hate online fun.
I have a friend who plays Splatoon with their friends all the time. I need to ask him how he does that.
Like I said, after a few months, they added a functionality in game to invite friends. So you can do it now, but your friend has to be online. You can't send them an invite to their Switch and tell them hey, I'm playing, jump in.
Hey, look, that's far too innovative for them. I mean.
Yeah. Well, okay, but the Switch has that functionality is the problem, but it only works with Overwatch. It doesn't work with any other games.
That's because Overwatch isn't a Nintendo game.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I'm mad just because I was thinking yesterday about how much I love Splatoon and how my rating of Splatoon 2 drops from a 10 to a 9 specifically because of that app. It would have been the literally perfect game otherwise.
There's
Sad.
always something.
Yeah. I mean, if it...
Oh, go on.
I say, if it's an online game and you are actively hindered from playing it online, I think it's fair enough to mark it down for that.
Yeah, I think it's the same reason that I would say Smash Bros. Ultimate is a 9 instead of the 10 because of the fucking online. Okay, let's jump into this. So we're going to do some voting. Elizabeth, kick us off. Where are your 2 votes going to go?
Mine are going to go to Crazy Red and the Switch Online app.
Oh, okay. All right. Ree, how about you?
Yeah, same here. Red and Switch Online.
Wow. Okay. Bri?
I'm going for Red and Switch Online.
Oh my god. Okay.
Have the weirdest
I was actually
winners.
going to do that too. So...
We've got the weirdest joint winners ever.
Okay, the last time we had the joint winners, I sort of combined their bodies and sort of did sort of a body horror thing to Chipley.
Oh god, Chipley. Base Chipley.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to fuse Red. By the way, that fox did me dirty because in New Leaf, I didn't know who he was, and he showed up and was like, "Oh, I've got this good statue for you." And I was like,
"Oh no,
what a deal! What an excellent entrepreneur I am. I'm a connoisseur of the arts, if you will." And I took it home and then tried to show it to somebody, and they're like, "That's a fake statue, buddy." And I was like, "What is the real functional difference between a real and fake statue?"
Oh god. And then in New Horizons, the fake statues and the fake paintings are hella cursed.
Oh yeah, they look so creepy.
My sister has the ancient statue in her house, the fake one that when you examine it, its eyes glow and it starts to hover.
Oh god.
It's so off-putting.
No, thank you.
All right. Well, let's welcome Red. Okay, so Red from Animal Crossing is holding a smartphone using the Nintendo Switch app, but what he's done is that he's used the dongle to connect to the headphone jack of the phone, but he had to use a second dongle to connect it to the the USB port because phones don't have headphone jacks anymore. But then he had to use a headphone splitter to connect to his headphones that he's wearing to listen to the game audio so that he can also talk to his friends using the online app.
Just as Nintendo intended. And I think these options go together very well because,
Nintended.
I mean, yeah.
This is what Nintendo wanted.
That's completely killed me. That's yeah.
Did you, is this what you wanted, Reggie? Okay, so let's head out of the Hall of Fame, Lester, and back to Earth. We're on a rocket, and we're heading straight for Animal Forest. Welcome to Bustums, everybody. Everyone, please get out a I guess we have the axe in Animal Crossing, or like we could use that.
Yeah. That'll work.
We'll get an iron axe, everybody, and we're going to use it to bust open the Animal Crossing franchise and dive into it a little. So, I'm just going to do a quick run-through of like the release of these games. So there are 5 main series titles, and then 2 spin-offs, and the one we never speak about. And so, we'll get to that. So the first game actually came out in 2001 in Japan, and it was called Animal Forest, like I alluded to earlier. That game was literally that same year remastered for the GameCube.
It first released on the Nintendo 64, right?
Yes, you're right. In Japan only.
Yes.
That first entry has got the weirdest history.
Yeah, the remaster of this game was called Animal Crossing, and that released in Japan and the West on the GameCube that same year. So then we went to Animal Crossing Wild World on the DS, City Folk on the Wii, which was 2008, and then New Leaf, which was 2012 on the 3DS, and then, of course, New Horizons in 2020 this year. So the interesting thing about this game is that... Oh, and then the spin-off, sorry. Happy Home Designer in 2015, which was just sort of like, basically like... the equivalent of Minecraft creative mode, I guess. Except you had to buy amiibo cards in like real life gacha packs and then use them to scan stuff.
Oh yeah, Nintendo was having a phase, especially with the next spin-off game.
Yes, Amiibo Festival, the one that we don't talk about.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I believe it might actually be the lowest rated Nintendo game ever made.
And it deserves it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's quite hated. Hold on, I'm just curious quickly what the reception was here. It has a 46 on Metacritic. Okay.
Perfect.
Very good. I'm sure Nintendo's clocked in some lower ones, but I mean that's probably down there. And then of course Pocket Camp, the mobile game, came out in 2017, which is very okay.
Yeah, Pocket Camp's great. I still play Pocket Camp, so.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I do. All
right. So, I just kind of want to like talk about the franchise a little bit. So, the first game, they really got their start. It was a very simplistic kind of a thing. The same conceit was there, though. You're a new villager coming to a new town. In this game, the town is already established, and you're sort of just kind of helping it to blossom by helping out with some chores around town, doing some of the same elements have still been there the whole time, looking for fossils and clearing out the land and just helping the businesses prosper.
Catching all of the fish and bugs and donating them to the museum.
Bugs. Yeah, exactly. So there have been some I think the core elements of Animal Crossing have persisted across the series, which is nice. While definitely innovating each time. But yeah, so why don't each of you go around and tell me like which of the games have you played and like what's your experience with this franchise?
I'll start. I've played
go for it.
all of them.
Wow.
Except for the spin-offs. I haven't played the Home Designer or Amiibo Festival.
I'll be the expert on that. I'm claiming them.
I have played all of the main series games. My mom bought me the original Animal Crossing when we got our GameCube because I had a bunch of mouth problems and had a bunch of mouth procedures that I had to go through that particular day. So my mom bought Animal Crossing for my sister and I as kind of like a sorry that you had to go through all of that. And my sister and I played the crap out of it. And we took a break, but then we realized that we could change the clock on our GameCube and experience all the holidays and stuff. So we started playing it again and doing all the holiday stuff that we had never done before, which was really cool.
Okay.
The other
nice.
ones I've played Wild World. I've clocked a lot of hours on that on my DS. I got it for Christmas, I think the year it came out. That and Nintendogs, I played the crap out of them. Um, I don't remember my Wild World town very well. I remember my New Leaf town the best, but that's because I recently restarted it and was playing it in college. I got my mom to play City Folk with me. She really
Oh,
liked
okay.
City Folk, but I tried to get her to play New Horizons, but all of the new stuff in it was just too much for her, and she kind of couldn't figure it out. Yeah, so she really liked
Yeah,
City Folk. Yeah, she didn't really
that
like
was a
all the
massive
crafting
change,
stuff
yeah.
in the new game, which is fair. I liked it. I'd been playing Minecraft right before the new game came out, and I was like, oh, so it's just Animal Crossing Minecraft. So
Yeah, Tom Craft.
Tomcraft, Nookcraft.
No,
Yeah, I really liked. I think my favorites are probably New Horizon and New Leaf. I have a lot of fond memories of New Leaf. I really worked my butt off on it. But I really liked New Horizons because I finally started feeling like I could actually try to make my town have an aesthetic. I didn't really try doing that until New Horizons. But I'm really happy with how
Yeah.
it came out.
Oh, they really honed in on the aesthetic thing
Yeah,
in New
it-
Horizons.
The features were really nice for it. The
It
rebuilding your
was.
whole town. I completely decimated my island and rebuilt it from the ground up.
I mean, there was some insanely scarily talented people that managed to make their New Leaf and even Wild World
Oh yeah,
villages
there's some people who did some
have an
insane
aesthetic.
stuff in those.
And it's so hard to do it, especially in Wild World. My friend would
Yeah.
have this pastel themed village, which must have taken I don't know, hundreds of hours.
Yeah,
And it's
how
bro,
do you even
we're
do that?
we're 10 years old. How do you do this?
Yeah.
I was a kid when it came out.
I was excited when I
Bri, how
paid my
about you?
house off in Wild World.
Honestly.
That took all of my concentration as a 10-year-old.
Okay. Yeah. So Bri, how about you?
So my wonderful
Yeah.
boyfriend bought me the game, and I started playing it. And then I realized that, the game really hooked me, and it was just it was simplistic, as I expected, but it was just so wonderfully simplistic. I wasn't bored at all by it, and I could just kind of do what I wanted, which was enjoyable. And I really did like the aspects of being able to just build my whole island exactly as I wanted it, in any way I wanted. And just going through the game, I don't know, it was so beautiful.
Having control over something is nice during
I
the
had
pandemic.
control over something.
Oh my god!
I could just
is.
pretend I was
Okay.
on a deserted island.
2020 dream.
That is definitely something though. And so I want to kind of hone in a little bit on one of the big things that Animal Crossing has always done, even since the GameCube, insanely enough, is social features and communication. And on the GameCube, you could pack a village into your memory card, take it over to your friend's house, and your friend could, you and your friend could explore your villages together. So there was actually before there was online, sort of an online thing going on. Which I think was really cool, the idea that, from the very beginning, this game was about, friendships, but I think more importantly, and I think the reason that the game took off recently like it did, it's because of, the whole, keeping up with the Joneses thing. It's oh, my friend has, six, whatever, Zen gardens with sakura trees and an actual statue of Buddha. I need this,
So
And-
we've all become jealous housewives.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
That's the whole thing. Right. You see, you look down the street and you see your neighbor has a big a lighthouse on their front yard, and you're like, I want a lighthouse.
Okay, someone recreated Pokemon. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I think that now one thing I didn't enjoy too much about the earlier games was there wasn't as much customization as to the layout of the town.
Yeah.
Which I've dabbled in the GameCube one. I played it at friends' houses sometimes, but I never really played it on my own. And New Leaf I played for a good bit, 30 to 40 hours somewhere. I don't think I quote-unquote finished it. I don't even know if that game has an ending.
30 to 40 hours is a good bit. I think I put like hundreds in there.
Same.
Well,
Same. I didn't want to look.
Yeah. I liked New Leaf enough, and I had a good time with it,
but... Look, we're all losers here. We're all losers.
Now, you're on a video game podcast, so put everything in perspective. So, yeah, like, I liked New Leaf enough. I personally don't like the 3DS because it's too small. I have a new 3DS XL, and it's too small for my hands, and it's very uncomfortable to play.
I've never heard someone complain about the 3DS XL being too small.
I have monster hands, and it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, and I also don't like the little screen. It's too small.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
The Switch has spoiled you.
Yeah, it has.
It's definitely spoiled me.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I've tried to pick up my 3DS again, and I'm like squinting, like I'm doing like that gif of like Chang like trying to squint at the little paper, like ooh. Like I can't see anything, and I hate it.
I just hold it really close to my face, which isn't good, but that's how I do it.
Yeah, so I enjoyed New Leaf enough. I really did I loved New Horizons though. It really hit well for me. I think because you said like you said, it reminded me a lot of Minecraft, which is a game that I spent like 600 hours playing. So, yeah, I loved New Horizons. I spent I think exactly 100 hours in that before I set it down for good, and yeah, it was a really good time.
Wait, hang on. I just want to check how many hours.
Oh no! Everyone, let's start waving our dicks around. Everyone, check your hours on Animal Crossing New Horizons, please.
Oh god.
I'm gonna go. I took a break. When I started I started a job earlier in August that I quit. But when I was doing it, I just didn't have time to play it. But I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do it so I can time travel back. And played for 460 hours or more.
Oh, bloody hell.
Interesting.
Oh, boy.
I'll just set aside my 235 like the peasant man.
That's actual baby hours.
I know.
Yeah, not even qualified to be on the podcast, really. I mean, are you even...
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a lot of hours.
It is a lot of hours.
Oh, gosh. The only one that was beating it was Pokemon. That was 500-something hours.
How was that even possible?
Because I shiny hunt in Pokemon. It takes me a really long time.
That will do it.
God. Okay, let's kind of keep rolling. But yeah, I kind of want to hear all of your thoughts on, I guess, like, the idea of a...
Wait,
sorry, I just saw the outline.
What Animal Crossing games that she played? Because she was going to talk about the spin-offs.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Sorry, before you do that, I just saw on the outline, item H says "Do not talk about Amiibo Festival."
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we've already failed it, so we might as well embrace it.
So tell me a little bit about the spin-offs and stuff.
Well, I do just want to quickly say that, like, I've been a massive Animal Crossing fan. Like, I've religiously followed the series to the point where I made the very poor decision when I had a Wii U to pre-order Amiibo Festival. I don't know why, because everyone knew it was going to be bad. It looked bad. It was an entire game built around just selling more Amiibo. But for some reason, I was like, well, an Animal Crossing game has just never missed. They've all been good. And I got that. And I deluded myself for about 48 hours into thinking I was having fun.
Oh my god, that's a lot of delusion hours.
Oh no, not in total. I mean like 2 days. I wasn't playing for the full 48.
I thought you played for 48 hours and was like, I'm having a great time.
I was like, wow, you found 48 hours of content in that game?
And at that point, that is just Stockholm Syndrome, if that got to that point. But I'd spent money, and this was in like 2014 or 15, whenever it came out. So like I was like a kid working a Saturday job, so that was like an entire month's wages, you know. Okay, maybe not that dramatic, but it's this like crappy little party game, and I can't even really call it that. It's a board game where you have to have an amiibo to like actually play it, I believe, and like mine came with 2. So I was really limited to 2 players, which kind of sucks for a party game. There might have been some other characters. I don't know. I'm not going to, like, dig out the Wii U to find out. And you had, like... I think you only had, like, 1 board or something. or like it could change the season. So it was just the most uninspired game ever. Like when you land on a space, a little Animal Crossing scenario would happen, but it would just sort of say whether you've like lost points or something. Yeah, it's just I mean, like you were saying, like Animal Crossing's such a social game, so it's really impressive how they managed to fuck up the concept of an Animal Crossing party game, especially when Nintendo's done Mario Party. Like they they should have just taken Mario Party and slap Isabelle on it. You know, that would have fucking sold like
but
loads.
Amiibos,
I would have bought 6 copies.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I need to get I have my Isabelle Amiibo. I'm gonna bring her over here with me next to the mic.
It's adorable.
Right. It's very good.
I think
Continue.
the Amiibos were the best thing that came out of the Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, because those are cute, at least.
That's the only good thing about it. Also, I think I might be wrong in saying this, but I'm fairly confident in my Animal Crossing lore that the only reason that game existed was because they were going to do an Animal Crossing game on the Wii U, which I think became New Horizons in the end. But then the Wii U happened, and it wasn't pretty, and they had all of these like HD models of all the villages that they had to use. And they had no game, and they're like, well, we've wasted all of this time. We just need to put out something.
Fuck it.
I don't know that was, I don't know that that's known, but that is everyone's, like, assumption. That's, like, sort of like, everyone. Yeah,
the only piece of Animal Crossing lore that I know was the whole reason the game exists is because they were trying to make a thing on the Nintendo 64 that could, like, track real-life time. And that was the whole reason they made it, was because they wanted a game that utilized that.
I do believe, and I might be wrong, that the N64 Animal Crossing was actually the first game that was able to track real time and real seasons and real holidays like that.
I believe it was.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Because that's the whole technology they were working on for it.
Yeah. The internal clock, there is like an internal clock in the GameCube memory cards specifically because of this game. Which is really cool.
I
anyway.
had the little Animal Crossing memory card that came with mine. Like the one with Rover on it. We use that memory card for everything.
Oh, man. All right. So what? One thing I guess we do need to talk about is like what. I guess a lot of people I think are like look at this series. Actually, I have a hard time believing now anyone hasn't played Animal Crossing, but. If somebody hasn't at this point like gotten into it, and they look at it and say like, what is this game about? Like, do you even do anything in it? Like, what would your answer be to that?
Oh man,
God.
It's different for everyone, because like the whole thing that appealed to me when I first started playing was the like fishing and the bug catching and collecting all of the stuff. Because I really liked
Pokemon.
That. Yeah, shush.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I really liked, but now I'm also like super into the like aesthetics of like having a little piece of a world that is entirely by your design, where you can set up everything, you run how it like you choose how it looks, and you can make it like mine's like a little town like aesthetic, but you could make it like a magical forest, or because I have a friend who's doing that.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's like a beach town. Like you can just really make it how you want it to look.
Yeah,
I think I just think that's an important point to like jump on there, is that like, the Animal Crossing franchise has changed so much that like if you're for some reason listening to an Animal Crossing podcast and you haven't played it, there is a game in that series for you. Like the Nintendo 64 version and Wild World, they were very much more, I suppose, lifestyle simulators. That's why I think Wild World's probably my favourite, because you don't so much control the world around you, you are just someone living in it. And it's sort of nice.
You are just there.
Yeah. And, I mean, you're not the mayor, of course, you're just a villager, and all the other characters, they really feel like they have a life outside of you. Like, you really believe that when you, turn your DS off, they keep going. They have, they're very strong personality-wise, but that's not for everyone. And whereas in New Horizons, they've really toned down the personality of the villagers.
That's my one complaint for New Horizons.
Yeah,
I really miss that.
I agree. It's just so they can hone in
with
more.
The updates, they can't just patch in more dialogue each time.
I wish they could, but anyway, like
Especially
with
for
New
Isabel.
Horizons, if you found the other games more like tedious, because they were like slower by design, I think, you know, because you were meant to experience this world around you. But with New Horizons, it feels like a lot more, I don't want to say fast paced, because it's still going in real time, but it just feels like there's more to do. You sort of get the ability to do stuff a lot quicker, like, you know, terraforming and everything.
To be fair, we all glitched through New Horizons because we were bored and stuck inside.
That will also do it. That will also do it, of course.
Now, one thing I do want to mention, if you were new with New Horizons, is that like the Animal Crossing. Well, I think the characters still have a lot of personality, and I enjoyed them a lot. They used to have sort of a different, more aggressive personality.
Oh my god!
Like,
they were.
a lot of them
that's-
used to just sort of fucking drag you. Like
let's not beat around the bush here. They were just bastards. Let's not
They
beat
were
around the bush
assholes.
here.
And they could like steal your shit. Like, has anyone
And they'd
else
be like,
seen the
"This is
story
mine
online
now."
where the person won the like lottery in Animal Crossing and they got the like Metroid ship as a furniture item, and then as they were walking back to their house to save, one of their villagers came up to them and was like, "I'm taking this, bye," and they were never able to get it back. Oh god. Like,
it is. Yeah. Anyway, the characters have become a little more, I guess, family friendly over time.
Family friendly.
Yeah, and that's all right, I think. And I think there's the trade-off there with being able to like terraform the island and move your buildings around freely, create walkways. Those are the things that I really enjoyed personally. And yeah, like I said, like I do that kind of thing in Minecraft all the time. Like I'll make like a little town or whatever, and with like different themes and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. And the nice thing about Animal Crossing is that, like, unlike Minecraft, there's like, you know, people who can live in the town and
yeah,
such.
that's true.
Yeah.
I played Minecraft on a realm, so we have a bunch of people. My friend and I built a pagoda.
Okay.
That's the kind of stuff
Nice.
we do in my Minecraft.
Your Christian Minecraft server?
I mean, I'm not very good at like exploring. I'm not very good at playing the game, but I like building things. That's fun. But
No, that's the fun.
my
that's the
friend
important part.
refuses to change it off of
survival?
so I'm
Yeah.
very bad at surviving.
Interesting. Yeah, but okay. So one thing I do want to kind of mention is that, like, I think Animal Crossing has been. Hey, Ree, could you say something quickly? Oh, she left.
Oh no.
Oh. Well, she's having some audio issues. We can, hold on. It won't let me in the call. Hey, can you hear us?
Ree?
So to reset Discord. Yeah.
You good,
Anyway.
Ree?
You good? I'll...
Well, she's still in the call.
Oh.
That's better than it was last time.
That is.
Oh, no, never
no.
mind. Spoke too soon.
She's probably gonna reset it. Okay, so anyway, we can sort of, I guess, continue forth, and I'll edit things out. I don't know. What do
You can
wanna
just
do?
edit this stuff of us asking if Ree is okay out.
Yeah, Ree? Okay. All right. We'll edit that out. So let's freeform it for a little bit. How do you guys feel about? I'm looking around my room, looking around here.
Oh, I got something.
Okay.
I think one of my favorite things about the game that I didn't realize was gonna like actually occur is the aquarium.
Oh,
And, like,
yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
aquarium.
like when you catch your fish and like they all go into the aquarium. I didn't realize that was actually a thing.
That's
When I first discovered it after catching like 60 different fish, I wandered in and probably just like had my character wander around the aquarium for like several hours with like that soothing music.
Oh, yeah. If I catch, like, a really rare fish, I go and immediately go find it.
Stare at
Yeah.
it. Exactly.
Now, Bree, to get that degree in marine biology, you had to learn all the fish, right?
I learned a lot of the fish.
You didn't have to do all of them?
Not all of the fish.
Joke
unfortunately.
degree.
I see. That's why I only got the bachelor's. You know, if I would have had my master's in marine bio, then you got to learn more of the fish.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I loved that. I loved the updates to the museum, like making it an actual aquarium, and then like I don't know even what the word is, like where the bugs are, you know, just like an indoor forest kind of place. It's beautiful. I loved it in there.
Animal Crossing taught me a lot about different kinds of bugs and fish. Like, as a child,
Yeah.
I loved learning about different kinds of fish and bugs when I was catching
Nerd.
them. Oh, yeah. Well, I was also the kid who had, like, my ABC books were, like, the ABCs of the ocean or the ABCs of lizards. Like, that was just the stuff that I had.
How many lizards are there?
Oh, God, it was like a reptile ABC book. It
Okay.
was really cool, though.
Nice. I just remembered zoo books.
Oh, I had a lot of those, too. And the
Zoo
Ranger
books are
Rick
good.
magazines, like, I had all of the animal stuff.
Nice. Yeah, so, like, one thing I do kind of want to talk about is the return of Ree triumphantly, who is able to speak now.
Oh yeah, like some people were going on the France trip and they were like, but do they have like normal like electricity and like toilets and stuff? And like sanitation?
In the
Like
UK?
yes, it's France.
Wow. That's impressive.
Take them to Japan, where the toilets are like way better than the toilets here.
Yeah, the
Oh, they're
toilets there
amazing.
they're personalized. They each have their own sort of personality.
God, there was a toilet that could like play rain sounds, so no one could hear you pee. That was like impressive. I was like, why are we like? What's the point of this? But oh yeah, the
That's
butt warmer.
amazing.
The butt warmer is really always off-putting for me. My host family, when I lived in Japan, they had a toilet. They had a warmed toilet seat, and it always like slightly startled me
cold
when I
butts
sat
only
down.
in here.
It was in the
okay.
middle of summer, so I was like, I don't think I really need this.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, Ree's gonna jump on with her phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Are we done? Are we done vamping now, or do you want to keep vamping? What's the deal with peas?
I hate them.
What?
Oh,
I love
peas are
peas.
alright. Pea pods are the
They're
best.
good.
Snap peas are great.
No, I don't want the pods. I just want the little guys
Oh,
inside.
snap peas are so good. I love snap peas.
They're good to cook with. They're such an easy vegetable to fill things out with.
I like them in stir fry. I like them tempura.
Okay, can you guys
You can
hear me
tempura
okay?
Yeah.
Pea
we
pod?
can hear
Okay,
you now.
cool.
can.
So I'm using Discord on my phone. That seems to be okay, but I'm like
Uh-huh.
still recording on my laptop, so I can use the fancy mic. So I should still sound okay in the recording.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. We'll figure it out later. We've been vamping about peas. You know the vegetable.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of mushy peas
You
myself.
know the vegetable.
Mushy peas are superior.
Do you guys have vegetable over in the UK or?
Sometimes, for special occasions like Christmas.
We're actually wondering if you guys have electricity over there, which is what started
I mean,
this.
I think as this podcast hijink has proven, we don't apparently. So, yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna blame you, Ree, for this. This morning I accidentally called my apartment a flat. I don't know what
Nice.
happened.
Oh my god, we're taking over. We're taking over, and I love it. Nice.
The excitement.
Honestly, I've got to tell
Nice.
Luke as well. I've got to tell Luke as well. He'd be so happy.
Oh my god. I won't feel victorious until you accidentally call a biscuit a cookie over there.
Oh,
So we'll wait
I
and see.
did accidentally say mobile game instead of mobile game. So there you go. You can claim that as a win.
I'll call you on my mobile.
Mobile is
Yeah, like
the
that.
superior way of saying it, but I said mobile.
It's just when you say mobile, I think of like India because like all of my Indian relatives they say like oh, it's on my mobile.
Oh, they say it like that in India as well. See that?
Yeah,
and fellow
yeah, they do.
fellow intellectuals there.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Didn't colonize India, but that's like.
I was like, it might have been the colonization of India, but that's
Do they have like electricity over there? I don't know. Okay, so let's jump back. I think I think we've successfully derailed ourselves. I want to pull us back a little bit with talking about like Animal Crossing, I guess, in the whole Nintendo catalog because Nintendo has some big boys in there. You got your Marios and your Zeldas and your Pokemans, you know, but Animal Crossing is like very much like in that tier or even above some of those things as far as like, you know, system selling. And especially with New Horizons, but like even New Leaf did like I think sold 13 million copies, putting it on par with like most Mario games and you know way ahead of most Zelda games. Yeah, which is wild to think about, but yeah, Animal Crossing has actually always been a pretty big thing, and a cool factoid I found. I know you guys like factoids. Check this one out. No, I saw a factoid that I think it might have been Satoru Iwata had talked about how Animal Crossing New Leaf, he through surveys and everything, he found that 56% of the players were female, so more than half, and he was very proud of that fact.
That's
he also
cool.
was very excited because that he said about a third of the people who bought that game bought it alongside a 3DS, like specifically to play New Leaf.
Oh yeah, they sold it at like 3DSs and like Switches, like anytime, like.
Yeah,
I think the 3DS. Oh, they sold the new 3DS with the home
yeah,
designer.
the new 3DS.
That was the first one that you could get the little tiny baby new 3DS for.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, just like, I guess the thing is, like, New Horizons has been, like, obviously huge. It's,
yeah.
By the way, as of the last count, they had sold 23 million copies of that.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Putting it at the number 2 best-selling game on the Switch, closing in on Mario Kart.
So it sold more than Smash?
Yeah, by a little bit, but yeah, about 1 million copies by last count.
Oh my god.
Now, I'm assuming Smash is going to eventually outsell it over the lifetime, but, by the way, Smash, I mean, you're overestimating, too, because Smash has usually, like, the highest selling one after this was Brawl with, like, 16 million copies, and this one sold, like, 22 million.
Oh, wow. I guess no one
Yeah.
really wanted the Wii U or the 3DS one, so...
No, I had them both!
I did, too.
Nah!
I did, too.
Anyway, so yeah, like, I guess I just want to touch on that, like, you know, Animal Crossing is a system seller just as much as Mario or Zelda or Pokemon, and, you know, I think we'll probably see it recognized going forward as such. Yeah, so I guess we want to close out on talking about Tom Nook and the fight against late-stage capitalism and our lessons learned with this game.
I'm so ready for this.
Yeah, go for it, Ree. I think you have some opinions here.
Yeah, I have the hot take of, as you said earlier, you put it perfectly, he is the Bernie Sanders of this game. And everyone calls him a landlord, everyone says that he's hyper-capitalist and everything, but think about it for a second. When you move into the island or the village, he straight up just gives you a house for free because you never have to pay that loan off.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
It's like the drug dealer hook, though.
interest.
They give you a little bit to get you in the fucking door.
There's no interest on the loan.
Yeah, and also there's no like credit check or anything. It's just you turn up on a train or in a taxi, and it's just like, yeah, have a house, have property, become part of this community, and you don't even have to pay a single bell. I mean,
You know what I'm hearing, Rick? I'm hearing conform.
God damn it. Okay, a little bit, but it is worth it to live in this animal paradise, you know? Like, compared to the other characters in the game, he's actually one of the best, I think. So I will defend him to the end of time.
I don't think Tom looks as bad as people make him out to be,
No, I think it's more of a meme than anything.
It is a meme for sure.
I will get ratioed for this. I will get ratioed for this on Twitter, I don't care. I'll die on that hill.
But like doing like I think the meme came around from in the beginning in the older games you were doing like all these little chores for him.
Oh, yeah, that was a bit shady.
Yeah,
I'll hand
he
you
was
that, yeah.
keeping the money to quote
Tom
unquote
looks a
pay
little
off your
sus.
loan. But
Not
the
gonna
loan's
lie.
always been
Okay,
the same, even in the next games. So don't think it was actually doing anything. He made you wear a uniform, which always got me.
The counterpoint to this, though, is that means he hasn't raised the loans with inflation, which I think we should also commend him for.
Yeah, that's true.
So housing prices have stayed the same under his socialist utopia.
Rent control.
Yeah, exactly, you know?
I mean, just think
No one
about
gives
this
him credit
also,
for
though.
that.
Like, Tom Nook makes you go to other islands and, like, clear-cut the wilderness and clear out all the animals so you can, like, pay off these debts.
Yeah, Tom Nook is a developer.
I only did
he's
that
a very
so
he's
I
a
could
very
make some cool furniture for me.
Well, I don't know. Tom Nook, I think in New Horizons was presented a little differently, just as an enthusiastic real estate developer. Like,
Oh yeah, he had a bit of a
he had
Elon
he had
Musk
sort of
vibe
a-
to him.
He had like
I
a
like
dad
that he was
vibe,
sort of a
yeah.
dad vibe this time. Like he had the Hawaiian shirt and like his his nephews like running around and all that. It was very fun. And he had the dad bod. I don't know if everyone saw his little belly. Now he's got.
Okay, I lied.
Aw.
I did go to an island in New Horizons and caught like a million scorpions to sell to pay off my debt. But there were plenty
As
of
we all have.
scorpions. There were scorpions to go around. So
I also did a spider island a few times.
I
to
did
find
spiders
some
as
money.
well. Oof. They're hard to catch.
Yeah,
I was there for like an hour.
The economics aspect of Animal Crossing has always been interesting to me. Like also the stock market, which I never played the stock market in New Leaf. I knew about it, but I just didn't.
I
engage
knew
with
about it. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends who like still played when I was picking it up again, so I didn't really have like a way to go. I always have terrible prices, so
Yeah,
I just
but,
never
like,
bothered.
I think the stock market itself is evidence that outside the walls of this desert island, there is a sort of hyper-capitalist nightmare society. And I mean,
why
like this
turnips,
in our
guys?
socialist
Why
utopia
turnips?
here. The turnips.
Why is it turnips?
The turnip stalks.
Turnips don't even taste good.
So I
Hey,
think
hold
it's
on.
like
Turnips are okay. You take that
Yeah,
back.
they're okay. I'm not gonna pay like millions of dollars to get like 100 turnips.
The only reason somebody buys those turnips from you is so they can resell them for more later when they become more valuable. And that's how money works, because money is fake and nothing is real.
Are turnips
that's
fake
a very
too?
good point. But
What?
also, like, we don't know how bad it's got. We don't know how bad it's got on these other islands outside of our utopia. Like, you say that I know turnips are like painfully average, but on these other islands where everything's gone to shit, you don't know
Oh,
like
God,
how
that's
valuable
so
they
fucked.
could be.
Oh man,
You know,
did
I want them
anyone
to-
else read that like Animal Crossing creepy?
I was actually going to bring it up. With
with the gyroids and how like it was like
Yeah,
dead
so-
people. God, I read that.
Real quickly on that.
Oh no!
Real quickly on that, and I am going to do a video, so don't spoil yourself, but I decided for Spooktober, I am going to do a little bit of a summary and an analysis of what I believe is maybe the best fanfic I've ever read.
Oh yeah,
which
that was a really good. That was a
Yeah,
really good story. Good God.
It's a creepypasta for Animal Crossing called Welcome to Camp, and it is horrifying. Like, I think I couldn't sleep for like days the first time I read
definitely
this.
read it at night and couldn't sleep after I read it.
Few spoiler warnings for like grotesque body horror. It is-
Which I did not expect to hear that in this podcast. Got to be said.
no, it is.
People
It is
can
very.
make anything family friendly into a nightmare
yeah.
hellscape.
I mean,
put
you
it
know about
past
like,
them.
like obviously the Zelda, Ben drowned creepypasta also.
And all
you
the
know?
Pokemon things.
Yeah,
all of
Pokemon
the
Black.
Pokemon
Yeah, so all that good stuff. But yeah, I think for Spooktober, I'm gonna do a little summary of the Animal Crossing one, which I recommend if you don't want to watch. I don't read it though. Watch my video
Okay.
instead.
Be on the lookout for that, folks.
Yeah. Well, we got to get moving, so don't stick around here too long. Let's roll into this. Our question every week: do we need more or less ghosts in Animal Crossing?
More.
I mean,
More.
more,
We have
especially
more.
since
Less.
October.
Whoa. Okay.
We have Wisp. That's it.
Yeah. So who said less?
Yeah.
You want to get
I
Wisp?
don't. But I don't like Wisp. He's really irritating. So I want less.
He is kind of irritating.
I would like to substitute him for a better ghost.
I would accept that.
There we go. There we go. So let's keep the same amount of ghosts.
Okay, so one.
Replace the one we
so
have.
let's, for fun, pick a ghost from another game that we can substitute in here to make it spice it up a little.
The Mario Ghost, King Boo.
God.
Boo. Okay, King Boo could be good. I was thinking something more a little. I guess like a little more in dissonance with the rest of this. Maybe like how about the fucking somebody from
Oh
Silent
my
Hill.
god. I'm still on Nintendo.
Oh my
You guys are on the
Like
creepypasta.
Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head, or even like not
ghosts,
even
though,
doesn't.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
they're like it's hard to find good ghosts though. Like there are a lot of good like monster creatures like that, but yeah, we'll leave it there. But okay.
Oh, Kami
well,
had a ghost thief. That would certainly spice up Animal Crossing.
Oh, someone's stealing.
Someone's stealing all your
yeah.
shit? Yeah.
The one thing I need from Animal Crossing is for burglars to break into my virtual home at night, in my socialist utopia that I used to escape. Yeah, but I think that we all can acknowledge that Animal Crossing has saved a lot of people's sanity during this pandemic.
Oh, absolutely.
And
It was
definitely
something
one of
I could control, and I really appreciated that.
Absolutely. And
And it was cute. And I could go
cuteness and
outside.
the fun of like the mundane nature of doing like these tasks and like having goals each day was like really helpful for a lot of people, including myself. So
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
and it also provided a way to be very social too. Like I would be talking to all my friends. Like I remember I went to Bri's Island and I was like, "Hey, can I like get like 2 or 3 flowers I need?" And she's like, "Sure, come to my flowers." And she had like half her island was like just these fucking like tulip groves that looked like a Dutch field.
Yeah, I definitely got into the flower breeding stuff in Animal Crossing in, like, New Leaf and got, like, super into it.
Yeah. It's very cool because there's like actual science behind it. Like you have to use the
Now
what are they called?
Yeah.
Punnett squares
Yeah,
to like
Punnett
actually figure out
squares.
what kind of
Now I don't know where I'm going to grow pumpkins because they added those in because, like, half of my island is little flower fields where I've divided them up into, like, each little hybrid, like, oh, if I put the reds and the whites here, and here are the, you know, to make the pinks grow here, and I put the reds and the yellows here to make the oranges grow here. And it took up, like, a lot of space on my island. So that's going to be a fun adventure when I boot it up again to figure out where my pumpkins are going, which may be why I haven't done it yet.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. We're gonna do time for games. I have created a game. It's just more of a guessing fun thing, but it's called Animal Crackin. So I did look, by the way, it looks like Animal Cracker. You guys have Animal Crackers over there, and they're quite big as well.
Oh, do we? That's
really?
news to me.
Really? Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
I checked it out though, but like so they were actually created in Britain. Would anyone like a short history of the creation of Animal Crackers?
Yeah, sure. Hit me with that.
Absolutely.
I have been a delight the last few days. Listen, so in the 1840s, a British bakery created animal crackers, basically just, you know, solid regular crackers just shaped like animals, and they were like a moderate success over in Britain, but in 1876 they were shipped over to America and they exploded. Like unprecedented explosion. And so York, Pennsylvania became the first animal cracker factory, the classic place that we all know and love today. And the rights to animal crackers were bought by the National Biscuit Company, who later shortened their name to Nabisco. Heard of them?
Oh my god.
Whoa, right? In 1902, Animal Crackers actually formed a partnership with Barnum and Bailey Circuses.
Yeah, this is what I know.
And they renamed them to Barnum Crackers.
They're still called that today. Well, some of them
wasn't
are.
in the movie.
Right.
The Barnum crackers are actually, like, different than, like, the standard animal cracker. They're more like kind of like a graham cracker. They have a different taste.
Yeah, I think they diverged.
Too.
Yeah, I think they eventually diverged into different things, but
Why do I know so much
eventually
Barnum crackers?
the sort of the circus age kind of died down in the 30s, and they were like, okay, like this isn't really selling as well. Where are the animals now? Oh, we have zoos. So they kind of rebranded back to Animal Crackers for the United States and went back to kind of the zoo imagery on the cover.
Yeah, there's zoo crackers. I'm pretty sure one of the companies has them called zoo crackers.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, they're still pretty huge over here.
I think I got really big into animal crackers in college.
That's such a weird thing to be into in college.
They're like a really nice
or
snack.
at any age.
Because they're a little bit sweet, but they're not like overly sweet. Not the Barnum ones. Those ones are still kind of like sweet.
Okay, but which is better,
the
regular
other ones
or
are
frosted?
they're like a crunchy. They don't, as my sister says, they don't taste like much. Like they're just.
They don't taste like much.
That's why she likes them, which is so weird.
They should put that on the package. They should put that on the packaging.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
They're a little like they're just kind of like nice. They're not like overpowering. Like you can eat like, you know, you can eat a bunch of them and not feel like shit.
And I'd like to thank Animal Crackers for sponsoring today's episode.
Yeah, shout out to them. Thank you so much. They sent me 1 packet of Animal Crackers.
God,
sort of
our vending machine
compensation.
had them. My dorm's vending machine had them in there, and I'd buy them like all the time.
I didn't really expect to get this much mileage out of Animal Crackers, so thanks, guys.
I mean, this let's rebrand the episode.
Yeah, we'll brand it around those. Let's see if we get a good quote in here. So, the game we're going to play today is, I'm just going to list an animal. You tell me if it was featured as an animal cracker at any time, and then you tell me how many of those animals exist in the Animal Crossing world. And if you think you're cool enough to name some of them, go for it. So the first animal is a bear. So was a bear an animal cracker?
I feel like it was. Depending on the brand, I feel like it was. I think the Barnum ones did have a bear.
I mean, that's a very circusy animal, or at least in the 20s. So
definitely. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, also there are some like animal crackers, like the non-Barnum ones, where the animals are just sort of like generic. They all have like 4 legs. They look like an animal, but like a distinct animal, you can't really pinpoint it.
Yeah, there are a few of those, and I had to look up the official licensing to find out. One of those was actually the bear. The bear was not able really to be distinguished as a bear, so I had to make sure online that it was. So yeah, how many bears do you think there are in Animal Crossing?
Do you include the bear cubs?
I do include the cubs.
I feel like there's a fair amount.
Like 30, maybe? Including the cubs?
Well, 30. Well, hang on. Whoa. I was going to say, like, 9 or something.
I'm going to go for a solid,
There's more than 9. I think
Bri, the truth exists somewhere in the middle.
25.
Too high. 17.
Oh.
Still a lot. Still a lot of bears.
Yeah, it's a lot of bears.
I feel like one of them is called something like Teddy or something, just very basic.
I can name some
one
of
them is called Teddy.
Bears. There's Stitches. There's Maple. I know more the bear cubs. Isn't there Beardo? Isn't Beardo a bear?
Beardo is one of them. Yeah.
My friend had Beardo. I was like, I hate this bear.
How can you hate Beardo?
Oh, there's Claus too. The weird like toga bear.
Yeah, Claus is there. All right. So, how about this one? A sheep. Is there an animal cracker?
I think there's a goat animal cracker, but
I think there's like a goat or a donkey, but I don't think there's a sheep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Oh, there is one. There is a sheep animal cracker.
Really?
You guys are fake fans. How many of them do you think are in Animal Crossing?
Oh God.
Sheep.
Maybe like 13.
I'm gonna go with like 5.
There's more.
Yeah, the truth lives somewhere in the middle.
10, maybe?
It's 7.
7?
Okay. How about wolves? Is there a wolf animal cracker?
I can name some sheep. There's Stella, there's, Dom, there's Vesta. Those are 3 that I know.
Yep, okay. Nice. Okay. We also have Pietro and
Pietro.
and...
Annie Toyle, the Sanrio sheep. But I think she might only be she's not in New Horizons.
Okay. Alright, let's get to the wolves. Is there a wolf animal cracker, first of all?
I'm gonna say no.
I don't think there is.
I don't know animal crackers, so...
But I feel like there should be one, because wolves are such like a quintessential animal. They're not in the Barnum ones, that's for sure. I don't think there is one.
There is not one.
Such a weird one.
But how many are in Animal Crossing?
Quite a few wolves.
A fair amount.
Like 15, maybe?
I'm going with a solid 10.
Again. Okay, 11. So you guys were close.
Ooh.
I can name them.
Right.
I can name them. I have many wolves in my town. I had Lobo.
I have many wolves in my town.
I have Chief.
Please come in.
I know there's Dobie. Wolfgang is one. My friend has Wolfgang. That's 5 that I know.
I'm proud of you. Okay. How about a camel? Do we have an animal cracker camel?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a camel.
Hells yeah, dude. Those were
there
some
is.
bulky boys. You knew you were getting a big bite of cracker with that one.
I think the Barnum ones had a camel.
Yeah, I believe they did. Okay, how many in Animal Crossing?
1.
You're right, just the one.
Yes. Yeah.
My girl.
All right.
Dealer.
How about let's get a little difficult here. How about a pig?
No animal cracker pigs.
No pigs.
I don't think.
Okay, you're right. There are none. How many are in Animal Crossing?
10.
I want to say 6.
Okay. Anyone else have a guess?
I was gonna say
Like a more accurate one?
Wait, higher or lower? Higher or lower?
Wow. Okay.
I said 15.
What was it, Bri?
Higher or lower?
It is 15.
You're right. It is 15. You already won.
Oh,
I can
okay.
name some. I'm pretty sure there's truffles. There's
There's
Agnes.
Curly, isn't there?
There's I don't know the pigs as well. Oh god, there's the one with the weird hair. No, I only know those two, Truffles and Agnes.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a lot. We got Boris. We got Chops. We got Cobb, Gala, Hugh, Kevin, Lucy,
Cobb,
Maggie, Panchetti,
the
Pega,
weird
Rasher,
scientist pig. Yeah, I remember.
Spork. How did you forget Spork?
Spork. There's a pig named Spork.
What a name.
Hang on.
He works at KFC Taco Bell.
There's KFC Taco Bells in Animal Crossing.
It's more common than you think. All right, let's go to the next one. How about a horse? Is there a horse Animal Cracker?
I feel like there is. Yeah.
There's something that looks sort of like a horse.
Yeah, there's no horse. According to their
shit.
official records, they have no horse.
That's weird.
I swear I can remember
how
it.
many-
Vaguely like a horse. Maybe it's a donkey or a goat.
It might be.
I don't know.
It could be. All right. So, how many horses in Animal Crossing?
A lot.
I don't know if there's that many. I think there's 8 or something like that.
Maybe like 11. Oh, there's Ed. There's Renee, who's in my town, so I know her. There's Julian.
Oh, there's Poppy.
There's Roscoe.
Papi, hey Papi.
Poppy. Yes, my sister has Poppy. I got him for my sister because she loves him. He's an okapi. God, what other horses are there?
There's 15 of them.
Okay.
Good number. Yeah. Annalise, Buck, Cleo, Clyde, Colton, Ed, Julian, Poppy,
Oh my God,
Peaches, Renee,
Colton!
Roscoe,
My
Savannah,
friend
Victoria,
is
and
Colton.
Winnie.
Colton's the best Animal Crossing horse.
Nice. Okay, this one might be a little too easy, but I thought it was fun. Octopus.
There are no octopus animal crackers, but that would
Yeah.
be hysterical if there was one.
That would be amazing, right? So, but how many
Who's gonna
how
make
many
aquarium
octopi?
crackers?
TM. Okay, so
I think there's only 3 in
There's
Animal
3.
Crossing, isn't
It's Marina,
Yeah.
Octavian, and Zucker.
there?
wow,
I love
those
Zucker.
are the 3. You were correct.
I love my boy
I
Zucker.
did a lot of I have Marina, so I worked my butt off to get Marina, and then I'm pretty sure I got Zucker at one point, and I started doing the where I would trade villagers to people and get a couple Nook Mile tickets. So I got really all the octopuses are worth a lot. Everyone wants Zucker
On
and
the
Marina.
black market?
Yeah, everyone wants Zucker and Marina in their
oh
towns.
God. How have
Wow.
we got this far about mentioning the Animal Crossing New Horizons slave trade?
That's
that goes
true.
on?
Yeah,
Weird,
who was
like-
the one character that people were selling for
Raymond.
real
Oh
money?
It was
God,
Raymond. Everyone wants Raymond.
Raymond.
I have Raymond.
Everybody
The
loves
phrase
Raymond.
in
I
boxes
love
That's my
Raymond.
joke
I loved
today.
Raymond
My
before
days.
everyone else
Just
got
all I saw
super
on my
into him. I
Twitter
wanted him in my
feed
town from
for a
day
good 2
one
months.
when he got revealed in one of the tree houses or something, and and then it became a nightmare to get Raymond because he doesn't have an amiibo card, and I spent a solid week resetting my campsite because I didn't have
no.
any smug villagers, so I got Raymond.
Okay, cool. We gotta keep moving though. We're running out of time here. We got one more here. How about a seal? Do we have seal animal cracker?
I feel like there is one in the
don't
Barnums.
think so.
It might be
You're
a
right.
sea lion though.
It did show up in the Barnum series. Correct.
Yeah, seals are a quintessential circus animal.
Yeah. Now, how many are in
Oh,
Animal
yeah.
Crossing?
There's a walrus in Animal
None?
Crossing and an otter, but I don't think there's a seal.
Yeah,
No, I don't think there is.
you're right. There are none. I was very shocked. There are no seals.
They should put a seal in. God, that would be
That'd
cute.
be really cute.
Yeah, right? How did this not
Oh my
happen?
god, it would be so cute.
They're just ocean dogs. They're adorable.
Seals are amazing because, I don't know if I went to an aquarium one time where I got to play with one, and, they are literally just
Oh.
dogs. They're just water dogs.
They are.
Everything
Seals-
about them
seals,
is just dogs.
water dogs.
They are. They they bark and they're like they're
Oh my
panting
God,
and they
they're so cute.
lick your hand and stuff. They're so cute. Anyway.
I swear they like their belly rubbed as well. It's
Oh, they do.
adorable.
They do. All right. So let's move on to our last bit. Everyone to the wishing well. Okay, everybody pull out your gold Animal Crossing bells, I guess. We'll throw them in the well that I made here.
Will we get a golden axe?
Ooh.
I did actually have a well, because I did my town was Undertale themed for a while.
Oh my
I did,
god, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have some pictures
My
still.
town
I ended
tune
up
is memory,
redoing it,
so...
so I did have a big well, actually, at the beginning. To, like, sort of be like, okay, I'm falling through the well, and I'm here, you know?
Ah, that's amazing.
Okay, so let's all go to my island, I guess, and throw some bells into the wishing well here. So this is, again, a little bit more conceptual, but what would you do with Tom Nook money?
I would probably move to a deserted island and like set up a mini resort.
That's a good answer.
So
It's a very
just
very
like-
canon
just
safe
about
answer.
That's
New
the thing.
Horizons real.
We'd all go.
Okay.
Well, I'd move to New Zealand. I think they seem to have everything
They
sorted.
really do.
They would not let you in. They do not want you.
Oh yeah, that is.
What
a
do you
good point.
mean by Tom Nook money? Like, just...
If I was making... Listen to me.
Okay.
I'm making Tom Nook money. What do you think when you hear that?
I think, like, Monopoly
I
money
think-
with Tom Nook's face on it. Which is illegal tender.
Well,
It's my own proprietary currency.
Oh, God.
Which,
spoken
by the way,
like someone who's tried.
yeah, and by the way, Tom Nook did make his own proprietary currency, which was Nook Miles.
Oh my god,
yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
Oh, good point.
And Leaf tickets in Pocket Camp.
Yeah.
I would give it all back to Nintendo to put more villager dialogue into New Horizons. That's what I want.
Oh
man.
god, yes.
I want
okay.
more villager interaction in New Horizons. It would be perfect if it had it. Like, just the perfect
Okay.
game.
Nice. Okay, Bri, have any sort of big dreams? Sorry, Ree, I guess. That was your, I guess that was yours already. So, I guess mine. I think that I'd want to like. How do I say this? I think you already sort of took my idea, but like, I want to make it real, but I think I want to expand. Like, I'm talking about maybe making my own like sort of Jurassic Park situation.
Oh, good.
Are you gonna put the villagers in cages?
That's never gone wrong.
Well, I mean, it'll be good this time.
People-
Like this,
people have
that's the premise of
definitely
every
made-
film.
People have definitely made their islands into zoos, where they like put fences around all their villagers' houses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that online, which is
Oh, yeah,
really
no,
fucked. But people have definitely done it.
It's fun. Okay, if I get Jurassic Parked on my Animal Crossing island, like the worst that's gonna happen is like a villager's gonna come up and be like, I'm not quite happy with the living situation here.
No, the villagers are too polite. They wouldn't say that. Not to your face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll talk
I
about
mean,
it behind your back.
unless we're
Isabel.
talking about the Nintendo 64 version, you know.
Oh my
in
God,
that
they
case,
would
they
definitely
might
tell
stab
you.
you. So.
Yeah, and then Chris Pratt is there, I guess. Okay, so,
Chris
yeah,
Pratt
I
does
guess
the
we'll
thing
wrap
with the
up.
Velociraptors, but he does it to like 3 of the whatever villagers you have.
Is there a dinosaur villager?
You know, I don't think there is. There's not even like a lizard, is there? I mean, there's Flick and there's the other lizard. I can't remember his name.
I'm
Nate.
checking.
Nate, I think, the chameleon.
No, many of the posts are, we need dinosaur villagers.
We do. We do need dinosaur villagers.
I
People
think
are right.
they don't want it to clash with the idea of digging up fossils of dinosaurs.
Excuse
'cause
me,
that would be
I
a
catch
bit
frogs
morally
and
icky.
octopi.
This is
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
I gave Marina a pet octopus. She's like, I love this. And I'm
Why
like,
did you do that?
Are you sure
what
about
a sucking
that?
sick bastard. Okay, anyway, let's close out. So, thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you to Todd Howard for, I think we mentioned him earlier. What did he do earlier?
Oh yeah, we were
Fallout.
just talking about your love of Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So,
what would you do with
Todd
Todd
is
Howard
already-
money? No, my real question is, what would you do with Todd Howard money?
I would break
Stop
the world.
making Skyrim.
I would incorporate Skyrim and Fallout glitches into reality.
Oh wow.
Oh, imagine that. You could just clip. I would just clip through Todd Howard's house and remind him that New Vegas exists.
That yeah.
Clips through
all right,
your
so
door.
You can find us at GameLuster.com. We have some good videos coming at YouTube.com/GameLuster. Find us there. And you can find me on Twitter at Gondeezy. Yeah, so Ree, you got any things going on?
Well, we're recording that video at some point where you have to guess
we
the
should do
plot
that
to
tomorrow.
Final Fantasy X.
Let's do it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we should get around to that. I mean, just to sort of give everyone a taste for it. I thought this would actually be a lot simpler than the Final Fantasy VII one that we already did a while ago. It's actually way worse. So
Incredible.
I feel sorry for you.
What game series is this? I missed
have
it.
fun with that. We're doing a Final Fantasy X.
Oh god.
When Nirav has to guess the plot of it based from some screenshots. I thought it was like a much tamer story than Final Fantasy VII. Turns out it's just because it's easier to understand because there's voice acting in it, but Nirav isn't getting any of the voice acting, so this is going to be fun.
Oh, you're going to be doing the voice acting for me.
Oh, there we go. I'll do the Tidus laugh. I'll practice
Oh
it.
my god, please.
All right. Let's see. So, Elizabeth, what do you have going on?
I don't really have that much going on. You can get me on, if you're interested in me, on Twitter. I just retweet a bunch of mostly Zero Escape and Among Us memes. I'm at Punsona with a 0 instead of an O, so you can come find me.
Okay. Bri, do you want to plug anything? Just being in school?
I mean, I
don't
guess
know. What are you
I
doing?
have to go back to real life, unfortunately. I'd rather stay here, but...
Aww.
Oh, boy. Alright, so, yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, I'll try to get a little spooky video out, and, we'll get some more spooks going. So, yeah, I guess we'll go out on that. Our winner, I guess I forgot, was a duel win.
It was us. What are we gonna do?
Okay, we need to, okay, imagine if Red from Animal Crossing were using the Nintendo Switch Online app. What would his reaction be?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's the sort of person who would create the app. So,
Brilliant.
Oh my god, I think he might have, actually. Okay. That's fair. Then my last words will be,
I think we should... How about we... because we got to go out on this together.
yeah,
we
you're
both
right,
won.
you're right.
So, how about we simultaneously shout our opinion of Tom Nook?
Okay.
Okay, so someone do a countdown for us.
3, 2, 1, go.
Tom
I want to
Nook
rub
did
his
nothing
belly.
wrong. It's like a libertarian hellhole, but like Tom Nook's trying to save it.